Seeds of Ralark is an indie platforming game released for the Xbox Live indie market. Is this platformer a good one, or is it just sticking its tongue at you? You play as a lizard-like creature known as Lotong, who has been kicked out of his village at the high treetops of the great thick jungle. The reason you have been kicked out is because you have deformations on your back, or at least I think. The story's okay, and they did leave it so it can have a sequel. Seeds of Ralark, as I said, is a 2D platformer, and it can be rewarding but extremely frustrating all at the same time. Use your tongue to traverse a forest where you will have to climb all over. You also have sticky feet so you can pick up things like rocks or crawl on the ceiling and other flat edges. There is also combat, and it's used towards the end of the game, and it's really frustrating and just not needed. Another thing that is very frustrating is the controls. You feel like you have no control over your little lizard sometimes. He's just looking wherever he wants, falling wherever he wants, and it could lead to some really annoying deaths. Seeds of Ralark is not a long game by any means, and you should be able to finish it in your first sit down in maybe about 45 minutes to an hour. But in those 45 minutes you're going to die a lot, as it's very hard and sometimes very cheap. I died a grand total of 247 times, and probably around 30% of those deaths were not my fault, but the game's controls. Overall, Seeds of Ralark is okay in the gameplay standpoint, but little improvements could be made, like being able to go up and down once you're connected to something or swing back and forth. Seeds of Ralark is a beautiful game, and there's no way around that. While looking your way to victory, you'll notice great colors and scenery. The graphics are really the best part of Ralark, and something that should be admired. The music is pretty good too, and it fits the game really well. It's nothing I would listen on my own, but it fits the game and it works. Seeds of Ralark, as I said, took me around 45 minutes to beat. That being said, there is no reason to really come back and play this game after you're done. You can play it over and maybe see if you die less, but that's minimal. Overall, Seeds of Ralark was a frustrating, difficult experience, but I can't say when I was all said and done I didn't completely dislike it. The scenery and that feeling after you get a checkpoint right after you die a ton is rewarding. That's why my overall score for Seeds of Ralark is a 6 out of 10. It's an above average game. This has been Andrew Holmes for the Overshield.com, and I'll see you next time.